Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I get to share with you the unboxing of the Spellbinders card kit of the month for September 2019. This month's kit is so fun. It is called Express Yourself, and I kept wanting to say espresso yourself. I guess I have coffee on the brain and could use an espresso right now. My energy level is, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably about a 4. I need some coffee. But anyway, here's everything that's in the kit. Starting with your cover sheet. It's an inspiration sheet that shows you step by step on how to create that card in the back. Contents of the kit are in the very front, along with some inspiration. This month's kit comes with 8 pieces of cardstock, and they're smooth this month. Usually they're textured. This month they're nice and smooth. They're 8.5 by 11 sheets, and you get 8 of them. Beautiful color assortment. You get a dark gray, an ivory, a maroon, a pink, a white, a gold, and then a green, and then a blue here. Then you get a specialty sheet that's gold mirror cardstock that's double-sided. So 9 in total. Okay, also included is your card bases and your envelopes, which I so appreciate. Every time I say this, but I really appreciate that because I go through a lot of envelopes. But you get 10 A2 sized envelopes along with the card bases that fit beautifully in there. And then you get your 6x6 Express Yourself paper pad, which is really nice. This month you get 40 sheets, 20 different patterns, 2 of each pattern, and I love them. I love that there's two-tone. I love that there's masculine, there's feminine, there's florals. There's some have gold foiled accents, which make everything so sparkly and pretty. But 40 sheets in total, and this is your 6x6 paper pad. Isn't that gorgeous? Just love that. But lots and lots. Okay, next you get your Express Yourself stamp set. This month it's all sentiments. You get 5 scripty font sentiments that are larger. You get happy, sympathy, amazing, thanks, and you. Then you get the block letters and many different sentiments that you can customize your projects, which is fantastic. I love doing that. I love block and scripty together, and I love that you can customize it to create your very own sentiment. Also included are chipboard stickers this month. These have some gold foiled accents as well. They coordinate with your pattern paper beautifully. Some are sentiments. They're heavy duty, durable too. But there are sentiments. There's images. So fun. Love that. And you get 2 sheets of each one. So the front and back. Okay, also included this month are some beautiful gems. These come in a variety of colors, and then there's little gold flakes that are like painted on the very top of your gems, which looks so pretty. They look like gilding flakes almost on the top of your gems. So pretty. Okay, now you get your die cut pack, and as always this month it is fully loaded. You get 2 of each pattern, and so to go through this I sped the video up quite a bit, but these just coordinate beautifully with your pattern paper. I'm going to show you here. This beautiful floral matches this pattern paper, just gorgeous. And all the ephemera is like that. You get fun elements like the scarf here. You get sentiments. Not all of the die cut pieces have gold accents, but some do, which is so nice. You get sentiment strips, and then you can see I sped the video up just to go through it, but I slowed it down just for this piece because this is a letterboard, and this is what your dies in this month's kit create. It creates a real fun letterboard that you can customize. And I'll talk a little bit more about the dies in just a bit. We're going to finish up with we're going to speed it back up and finish up with the ephemera because there's a lot to go through, but I did want to show you all of it that's in here. You get some masculine elements. Love that there's sentiments that are scripty, and then you get the strips. Butterflies, just lots and lots. Round sentiments. I am what you call I love making collage cards. Well, I call them collage cards, meaning you take a bunch of elements and you put them in a little cluster on your card. I love doing that. That's probably my favorite thing to do. when I card make. And so I so look forward to the Spellbinders card kits. These here, each little window piece or window pane punches out to create a real fun window pane. That would make a real fun accent on a card or even a shaker. This is a window frame, and the same goes for this. You just punch out each one of the panes, and then keep those panes because you can punch out the elements that are inside. So there's a few sentiments and a few stars, so you get extra die cut pieces. So, and again, 2 of each one, so lots and lots. I so look forward to this. Okay, so that's your ephemera. I'm just going to put everything back in the package. And then, as always, you get your double-sided roll of sticky tape, and then you get a foam square sheet. And then these are your dies this month. You get 10 dies, and like I said, they create a fun letter board. And then there's florals and then some leaf images in the dies this month too that you can decorate your letter board. Okay, well last month I had showed you how to create with the dies that came in the kit. Remember the sloth for last month? So I thought we would do the same exact thing for this month. Although last month I used cardstock from my stash. And so I thought, well, maybe we should just use the cardstock that came in the kit. So this is how I like to cut it. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. I cut it in half. And then this way, my first half I could use for card bases if I wanted to, or if I didn't want to, I have the option of making panels out of it. But then I take the second half and then I cut it in quarters, into two pieces basically. Now for today's card, for today's dies, I'm going to create the letter board with the ivory, the maroon, and then I cut the gray, but we're not going to use that. I changed my mind and decided to trim down the double-sided gold mirror cardstock. So again, we'll just cut that in half. We'll keep that half, and then we'll cut this half in half. These just make my panels workable and also gives me the option to use them for matting also. Okay, to create the letterboard, I'm going to start off by die cutting out all the words with the gold cardstock, and I actually die cut out the first A through E twice. I know I would use my vowels more than the consonants, so I did double up on my very first one with the A's. Okay, and I realized that I don't have my letterboard piece on my magnetic sheet here. I had it buried underneath my box, and so I gotta find that. And I'm gonna create my letterboard with the maroon cardstock. This letterboard has embossed detail that look like stitch lines, but they're lettering guides. But I'm going to die cut it out 6 times with the maroon, and then my frame I'm going to die cut out 2 of each piece. So I have a top and a bottom and a left and a right. And then I did die cut out a few of the florals with the gold and white, or gold and ivory cardstock. So here they are, all ready to go. And I did bring in the green cardstock and cut out my leaves with the green cardstock in this month's kit. Okay, we're going to use the double-sided tape to assemble our letterboard. So I'm actually using our cover sheet that comes in the kit as a guide. If you flip it over, it has a step-by-step tutorial on how to create your letterboard. So that's what I'm using as a guide. I'm just placing 2 of my pieces together and securing them with my double-sided tape. And then I'm going to do the same thing with another piece, just lining them up left to right, adding my tape to secure them. And then I'll just continue and repeat the process for all 6 of my little letterboard panels. And this creates the perfect size for your frame pieces. Nice thing about the double-sided tape too is it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's rippable. It's wonderful actually, because you can rip it. Okay, now I'm going to take my frame, add some double-sided tape behind each one of the sides here. Again, we're going to do the left and right and top and bottom. And then I'm not going to remove the release paper off of my letterboard portion. I'm going to save that for when I put it on a card. I'm going to actually use this on one of my 10 cards following this video. So I'm going to line up my frame corner to corner, and it wasn't centered. So I'm going to lift it and just adjust it just a hair so it's nice and centered on the very top of my letterboard piece. And then after I have the top adhered, I'll add one of the sides, and I'll flip it around and do the other bottom portion, and then I'll add the other side. And it sticks beautifully to your letterboard, and that's going to be so much fun to put on. It's perfect size for a card also. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use glue to attach my leaves. I'm going to put them on the very top of my letterboard. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap between my leaves so I can add some flowers, and then I'll go ahead and add my gold and white flowers. Now following this video, guys, I'll be creating my 10 card one kit video, and it'll be at the very top at the end of this video. If you just click on that, it'll take you directly to it. But I'm going to use this letterboard in one of my 10 cards. So super neat. I'll probably pop it up with foam tape. We're going to add this gold one right next to it. And then I'll take the gold and white smaller flower and place them in the centers of my larger flower, which eventually I'll take this the smaller white ivory flower and lower it just a little bit. Okay, these little pieces here are actually corner brackets. It'll cover up the seams of your frame. Sometimes when you add your frames, you'll have a little bit of a gap. Well, at least I did. So this covers up my mistakes beautifully. I love that they included this, and then it adds a little bit of texture and dimension to your letterboard. So I added those little pieces to all the corners on my letterboard. I think I could have glued that bottom portion of my letterboard a little bit closer together, but it's still workable. Okay, now I wasn't sure what sentiment I was going to use, but I ended up using the sentiment, or spelling the sentiment that says, "You are #amazing and kind." And I did use the exclamation point also. But I just used glue to adhere those. And then I used the lines on my background as a guide on lining them up. And then I did get a blob of glue over the amazing portion when I was gluing down my letters. And so you can see the little arrow on the screen. I used my eraser to erase the glue for my letters. And that was a big mistake, because when I erased the glue, I was erasing the gold from that gold cardstock, so it turned silver. It wasn't too noticeable, but I just wanted to let you guys know, don't erase your gold cardstock, because it'll turn silver. But this is the September 2019 card kit of the month club called Express Yourself. I think it's going to be so much fun to play with. I so look forward to creating 10 cards with it. And again, it'll be right after this video. If you're interested in this kit, links are down below as always. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I wish you a fantastic day, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.